Beatles, the iconic, the legendary, the historical, the monumental, whatever word you want to use to describe them, one of the greatest to ever do it. The Beatles. This is Love Me Do. That's the name of the song. Now, I want to make sure because obviously they have so many songs. I kind of just wanted to make sure that and I guess I should have did this before I cut the camera on, but like it was another song that I've reacted to called Love. It's something Love Me Something. So I was like, but I just saw this request, so I was like, well, let me make sure this isn't something that I've already done. But I feel like I've reacted to some. Maybe I'm confusing it with In My Life. You know, now that I think about it, I haven't reacted to anything called Love Me. Okay. I don't know why I thought I reacted to something called Love something. But anyway, Love Me Do. That's what we react to today. And I don't know if this is the single cover or the album cover. But that's fire. It looks like they're in some sort of hotel and they're like looking down, with the photographer just getting a great shot of them kind of leaning over the rail, but getting the upshot of the rest of the hotel and the ceiling and everything. This is a great shot. But anyway, let's react. We'll do the song research afterwards. Let's go.
Love me do, oh, love me do. Love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. Someone to love, somebody new. Someone to love, someone like you.
So this is definitely Leonard. For one, yeah, I've never heard this before. Definitely never heard this. This, and again, speaks to the versatility and just how much of a range the Beatles covered in their music. This doesn't sound like anything else I've heard from the Beatles. Like nothing else. I don't know who's playing that harmonica, but we gonna find out when we do the song research. And I'm gonna assume that's Lennon and McCartney, excuse me. I can't really make out who is who. I think McCartney is the one that's kind of singing, not off key, but like he sounds more of like a backing vocal. And I think Lennon is singing lead. But of course they're kind of just accenting each other in a way, just kind of like shadowing each other on the vocals, singing the same thing, but just in a different way, in a different note. But yeah, whoever's playing that harmonica and that tambourine, those the standouts for me.
Love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do.
Yeah, we gotta find out who was on that harmonica. We gotta find out who was on that harmonica right now. Love Me Do, the Beatles. We gotta find out who that was. That was the standout for me. Debut single. Um, wow, this was their debut single. When the single was originally released in the UK on October 5th, 1962. Yeah, this definitely is the earliest date that I can remember from any Beatles song that I reacted to. Wow. Their very first thing. Okay. Peaked at number 7. It was released in the United States in 1964 and topped the nation's song chart. Re-released in 1982. The song, Jesus, excuse me, blow my nose, was written several years before being recorded and prior to the existence of the Beatles. It features John Lennon's prominent harmonic, that's John, gee, and duet vocals by himself and Paul McCartney. 3 versions of the song by the Beatles have been released, each with a different drummer. The first attempted recording from June 1962 featured Pete Best on drums, but was not officially released until the Anthology 1 compilation in 1995. Second version was recorded 3 months later with Best's replacement Ringo Starr. Third version, session drummer Andy White. Love Me Do was written by Lennon and McCartney, with McCartney writing the verse and the chorus and Lennon contributing the middle 8 or the bridge. Lennon said Love Me Do is Paul's song. I do know he had the song around in Hamburg even way before we were songwriters. McCartney said Love Me Do was completely co-written. It was just Lennon and McCartney sitting down without either of us having a particular original idea. We loved doing it. It was a very interesting thing to try and learn to do to become songwriters. I think why we eventually got so strong was we wrote so much through our formative period. Love Me Do was our first hit, which ironically is one of the 2 songs that we control, because when we first signed to EMI, they had a music publishing company called Admore and Beechwood, which took the 2 songs, Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You, and in doing a deal somewhere along the way, we were able to get them back. Wow. Their practice at the time was to scribble songs in a school notebook, dreaming of stardom, always writing another Lennon and McCartney original at the top of the page. Love Me Do is a song based around 3 simple chords. Okay, yeah, I know y'all don't want to hear about all that. Lennon had previously sung the title sections, but this change in arrangement was made in studio under the direction of producer George Martin. Use of harmonica. I do want to know about that. George Martin, originally absent from the session, arrived during the recording of Love Me Do and altered the arrangement so that Paul sang the words Love Me Do instead of John Lennon, enabling Lennon to play the harmonica, stating on the word do, McCartney recalled. George Martin said, wait a minute, there's a crossover there. Someone else has to sing Love Me Do because you're going to have a song called Love Me Wah. Okay, so Paul will sing Love Me Do. God, I got the screaming heebie-jeebies. I can still hear that shake in my voice when I listen to it. Well, the infamous Beatle, George Martin. I mean, we just really can't speak enough on his contributions. I mean, his contributions can't go unnoticed. It was on September 4th session that, according to McCartney, Martin suggested using a harmonica. However, Lennon's harmonica part was present. Lennon had learned to play the chromatic harmonica that his Uncle George had given to him as a child. Wow. I love this. Just the story about how Beatles made their music is very interesting. And very in depth compared to the other Wikipedia pages that we get or that we do research on. Like, the Beatles just always, like, they have parts just for the instruments. Nonetheless, the whole story. I really appreciate that. One of my favorite Beatles songs. Even it's very simplistic in its lyrics and approach. Just the feel of it. That bluesy, very early blues, African American inspiration. Mainly because of that harmonica. I mean, that was just great. I loved everything about that. The story behind it probably is my favorite part, but the harmonica stole the show. I mean, John Lennon, that's a bad boy. That's a bad boy, man. I can't wait to hear more from the Beatles, man. Y'all let me know what else from the Beatles I need to check out. I really enjoyed the research I did here. This was a lot of fun. But y'all let me know what else I need to check out. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all for watching. Until next time, with the Beatles. Peace.